Hello everybody, Jamie here from FMSCOUT. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the best free kick takers on Football Manager 2020. Do you want to find the next Juninho Pernambucano? If you do, stick around because we've probably got one of the most satisfying videos that you're going to see on FM20. I really hope you guys like this video. There's a lot of players on here that you will not know, and some of them are very cheap. There's a few more expensive ones, but I've tried to stay away from the Lionel Messi and, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo, just to give you an idea of some of the better players out there that you can potentially pick up with your team, especially if you're in a nation that doesn't have many rules like Portugal. You know, you can just use these guys for set pieces. So, like I say, I hope you really enjoy it. Let's get into it. Sebastian Giovinco is player number 1 and one of 2 players that has 20 free kick taken. The 32-year-old Italian is currently playing in Saudi Arabia at Al Hilal, valued at 3.7 million on 23k per week. And you can see by his attributes, got 20 free kicks. He's going to score you a lot of free kicks. If you are a team who's generally kind of the lower league of the Premier League, say, you know, this could be a great buy because if you play for set pieces, this player could save you a lot of points, get you a lot of points, and it's a really good option to have. Now, of course, Giovinco has made his name in the likes of Juventus and mainly Toronto. There is a YouTube video of his free kicks, mainly from Toronto. That is player number 1. That's the first one of the player who's got 20 for his free kick taken. Girvon Brown, the Jamaican, 32 years old. You never thought you'd see a player on my video from Humble Lions, did you? So, Girvon Brown, £210 value, 32 years old. He has got 20 free kicks, but everything else kind of lets him down. You can see, I mean, his technique isn't great, but his free kick taking is 20. Now, I've never heard of this guy. I'm going to ask you in the comments if you've heard of Girvon Brown. Honestly, I've never heard of him. They must get the data from somewhere because he's got 20 free kicks. And if we go to his history, you can see he's not really left Jamaica apart from going to El Salvador on loan, but spent his entire career in Jamaica. Has he had any caps, actually? He's had no caps, so there's someone in Jamaica who knows this guy has got very good free kicks. So he's got 20 free kick taken. So, you know, there's a reason behind it. And this is my challenge to you guys to find out if you can find me something on Girvon Brown, a link, a YouTube video, anything like that. Let me know in the comments. But that is number 2 with Girvon Brown. Into Spain now, and Enis Bardi at Levante, the Macedonian 23-year-old, valued at 11.5 million, 16.5k. Wage is kind of the youngest one we've seen. On top of that is the most valued one we've seen in this video so far. But he's got 19 free kicks. He's got 15 technique. He's an attacking midfielder. He's got good determination. And actually, is a really good player. So if you are in the Premier League and you are looking to bring someone like this in, this guy could definitely make it in the Premier League, I think. In terms of if we tried to bid for Enis, it would cost around 14 mil. I mean, you have to think, if you are, like I say, a lower league Prem team, and you're going to rely on some free kick taking and set piece playing, your tactics and your instructions, you know, this is a perfect guy to maybe get you that last-minute free kick winner. If we look at his history, he's kind of spent most of his career in Spain and Hungary. He did start at Brøndby, went to Sweden on a free transfer, went to Hungary, and then went to Spain for 1.3 million. So he's very young. He might have a bit of potential. He's got obviously 23 caps and 4 goals for Macedonia, but that is Enis Bardi. Now, if you thought Girvon Brown was weird in terms of Jamaican, this guy is even more weirder. So this guy is Brazilian. That's not that weird, right? He plays for Flamengo, PI, which I believe, off the top of my head, is like a 3rd or 4th, 5th tier Brazilian team, really in the lower leagues of Brazil. Very interesting player, and for some reason, this guy, again, has 19 free kicks. So, yeah, this is Erinaldo Junior. You can see his history. It's kind of been all around, to be honest. Oh, there you go, 4th division. He was in last season or the season before that. He has a lot of clubs. You know, he spent most of his time at POR, whoever they are, but he has a lot of clubs. And that season alone, he had 3 different clubs. Granted, 2 of them was loans. But yeah, this is a really strange one for me, Erinaldo Junior. I don't know if it's just the word junior because he's got good free kick taking. I don't know if it's an error. But yeah, make sure you check this guy out on your save. If I try and make an offer for him, it's going to cost you around 45k. And for someone with 19 free kicks, and generally doesn't actually look that bad. This one's really surprised me. You can probably tell by the tone of my voice. He doesn't look that bad at all with 13 finishing. And he is a striker. So yeah, that is Erinaldo Junior. Ager Aketxe in Spain now at Coruna, who is in the second tier of Spain. You can see 18 free kicks. Currently his first season at Coruna, but the Spaniard, 25-year-old, who's valued at 500k on 5.5k a week, should be an option for many, many clubs that you'll be able to get in. And you can see 18 free kicks. He's got good technique as well. Decisions are good. Off the ball's good. His vision's great. So you can see on his history, he has spent most of his career at Bilbao. He's been to Cadiz, Toronto. He then went from Toronto to Cadiz, back to Spain, before eventually moving to Coruna on a free transfer. But it should be a good option if you. I'm assuming he's got a release clause of 1.5 mil, so really not that high. But that is Ager Aketxe. This time we're going to China. Jonathan Viera, currently contracted to Beijing. The Spaniard, 29-year-old. It's on 99k a week though. This guy is the highest valued player we've seen on this list so far, and you can see 28.5 mil value. Though free kicks 18, technique 16, flair 16, passing 17, dribbling 16. Very, very strong player. You can see, of course, he was in Las Palmas, 107 appearances for 4 years before moving to Beijing. Most of his career has really been at Las Palmas. You might know him from Valencia, been in Belgium as well for 1.7 before moving to Beijing from Las Palmas for 9.75 million. But that is Jonathan Viera. Be a very good player for most of your clubs. Into Argentina now, and Juan Fernando Quintero, the Colombian 26-year-old attacking midfielder. This one's kind of surprising as well because he is 26. He's still not that old. You know, 26 is a good age. 22 caps for Colombia. He's on 7k per week. He's valued at 3.7 mil. Good free kicks again. Technique 18, vision 18, flair 19. Really good player who I've never really heard of. You guys will probably shoot me down for not hearing of him before, but you know it's that free kicks is amazing, and you've seen in the clips just before this, he does score some really, really good free kicks. In terms of his history, you can see a lot of these players. He's been at Porto. If there's any Portuguese fans, you might know him from Portugal. Let me know if you saw. Let me know if you've seen him score a free kick. If you are any of these fans on this screen right now, and you have seen him in the flesh. But that is Juan Fernando Quintero. Going to cost you around 6.75 million, so it's honestly not really that high, to be honest. Ignacio Malcorra, the Argentinian, 31 years old, odd at 1.2 million, so quite a low value, but generally as a winger is more of a defensive winger. You can see his tackling and stuff like that, but he's got 18 free kicks. He's on 11k a week, so it might cost you a bit, around 20k to bring him in. He is 31, so you have to bear that in mind. If you was to bid for him, it's only going to cost you 1.5 mil. He's currently playing for Pumas, who is in the first division of Mexico. So, you know, very good player. That is Ignacio Malcorra. Eirik Ulland Andersen, the Norwegian 26-year-old inverted winger inside forward, can play advanced playmaker and winger on that left-hand side. Currently playing for Molde in Norway. You can see he is Norwegian. Long shots of 16, free kicks of 18. A very good player, very low value as well at 575k. 2.5k per week. Contract does end in 2022. If we was to suggest the terms, only going to cost 1 mil. And is only 26, so this is a very good player to bring in. His media description is a cultured winger. Bear in mind, he is injured for 4 to 5 months at the start of the game. But let's have a little look at his history. So he spent literally all of his career in Norway playing from a range of teams. But that is Eirik Ulland Andersen. I know you was wondering when we'd find someone in the English leagues, and we found them. Barry Douglas, the Scottish 29-year-old at Leeds in the Championship, 5 million value. Currently wanted actually by Bristol City at the moment. 10k wages per week. But you can see is a fullback, is a complete wingback, is a wingback, and he has that 18 free kick taking. Very good technique, all-round type of player. Spent most of his career, well, he's only just joined Leeds actually for 2 years. He's kind of been all over the place. I mean, he was at Queen's Park and then Dundee. He went to Lech in Poland. Then he went to Turkey for 2 years before joining Wolves and then going to Leeds. So he's kind of been around. He is 29, so he is aging slightly, but you know, a good player for, I'd say, lower league championship, lower league Premier League teams at least. With that free kick taking, very important. But yeah, that's Barry Douglas. And that is the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Something a little bit different today in terms of seeing some actual football being played or some free kicks being scored. I hope you found it satisfying like I did when I watched it back. I do love a free kick, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.